Norman and Waits here. Now today I'm going to be refilling my coolant in my radiator system because I had the cylinder head done on this car and it was running with just distilled water in there. So I ran it for 5,000 kilometers. So all the things on the cylinder head, because it's in there with like a sealer gasket, so that's what has been just hardened up. So I've decided to put in some coolant. Now I've got here the 8-year Newlon diesel coolant, because this is a diesel engine. This is a Nissan Pathfinder 2008 2.5 turbo diesel. Now I'll just go under the car because I've drained out the vast majority of the distilled water, because this takes 10 litres. So this is the concentrate, and this stuff makes 10 litres. So just watch that you don't buy the wrong stuff that you need, because some of it makes 12 litres, some of it's 6 litres, and it makes 12 litres, but you want to have the correct consistency to make 10 litres of stuff. So I'll go under the car and I'll show you what hose I pulled off to drain the coolant from the bottom of the radiator. Maybe I could just about show you from up here. I'm not sure you're going to see it from here. There's a big hose, not as big as this, probably this size. It's this size, off the bottom of the radiator. So you pull that off first, and then you open up these so that it gives some air so that it vents. So that's the hose that I've taken off. This one here, right at the bottom of the radiator. I'm really not sure whether you'll see that. So it's got a hose clamp on there. So I just took my multi-grips, peeled it back, and pulled that hose off. Quite awkward to get to because it's got the protection plate on, but I'm really not sure whether you're going to see it at all. But that's the hose there, so give you some perspective of where I'm actually at. So that's the fan cowl here for the fan. So it's this one here, and it will drain out here, and it will drain out the bottom of the protection plate. Don't worry too much if there's stumps sitting in there, because once you start driving, the wind will blow it out. So that's where we're at. So this is a filler I've got. Just sets in there. Now this has got like a right angle bit on here, so you're going to have to hold your filler up when you're pouring it. Oh, and that's the multi-grips that I use to take the bottom hose off, because in effect what happens is you've got to get your multi-grips, hold on a second, like that, grip it and pull it back. Now, obviously I'm not going to do that there, but you just wiggle it back and then you pull the hose off. Not this one, but the bottom one. So like I say, back to the top, keep your filler up, pour in all of that, because there will be some water, and I'm not really fussed because it is distilled water that's in here already. There will be some water that hasn't drained out. So providing I can get all that in there, then top the system up with my own distilled water, then I'm going to have enough in. Now I can't do this one-handed, so I'm going to have to put this camera down and just slowly put it in there, because there will be air in the system, and you can glug this hose here plug that hose here, and that will get rid of some of the air in the system. Okay, let's do that. So that's the 5 litres of diesel coolant in. Like I said, that's concentrate, and it makes up to 10 litres, 100% concentrate. So I think the secret is nice and slow and easy. You're not in a hurry, it's not a race. Just put the filler in. I mean, I'm probably using the wrong filler. Sometimes they use the fillers that's long cone shaped, so when the air guggles in, the stuff goes down, but this is at a right angle, or a 90-degree angle here. Now I filled this up to about so, because I still think there's air in the system, and I've used that much of the demineralized water, so I've used half of that. So what I'm going to do is, and I've been doing other things when I'm waiting, I've emptied my oil catch can, just checked, you know, fuel separate, extra fuel filter, check that, just check hoses, levels, fills, you know, that everything's okay. Brake fluid, that's power steer. See, power steer could just do with a little tiny amount. I'm not going to bother too much about that, pumped that hose there, trying to get the air out of the system. I'll show you how full it actually is. So it's just up to that level, but this is pure concentrate, it's in here. So once the car starts jugging around and pumping, the system, it will become less concentrate. So I'm going to do that right now. So this is the day after. I've taken it for a run. I don't know, 20, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. Checking levels this morning. It was okay, because it should pump round and glug out the water, because everything's under pressure. But it wasn't low at all. And this, I said, was a little bit low, so I've topped that up. But that's pretty much changing of the coolant in a Nissan Pathfinder 2008 R51. Bye for now.